Hey guys, I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have a lot of subscribers either. So even if one person watches this video, uh, I consider that to be worthwhile simply for that one person that paid attention and got something out of it that potentially saved their life. I have always, my whole entire life, leaned more onto the depth of things. I've always been a deep thinker in looking at the meaning, the significance, the purpose of why we're here, existing in this planet, and asking those types of questions is what I've always been about since I was a young buck. You know, they've always called me an old soul. Now, with that said, that's the introduction to a video that I like to just express. I like to minister to the people that are chasing after something, but to fill a void, and they're searching high and low. And let me just please allow me to just feed you, and just this truth. It is truth, and this is what I want to tell you. There's a lot of deception out there in this world. Meaning, there's a lot of people that, just like Halloween, they wear masks, and they'll show you that they're super happy. They'll show you like they have their life tailor-made, and because you see that, I'm gonna go deeper with this, okay? You'll see that, and then you'll basically think of yourself less than. That's my first point. So you'll see the house or the car or the ocean in the background. You'll see the stroke lights or this or that, and you'll see a lot of smiles and dancing and this and that, and that'll make you feel a certain type of way because you don't feel that way. Allow me, please. I'm a 34-year-old man with a whole lot of wisdom and understanding and experience under my belt. Things that I've seen, witnessed, and endured over the a period of years of my life, trying to search high and low. I'm a student of life. I'm a person that I've tried everything that there is to try under the sun, and I've come back to the conclusion, and I have the answer. So that's why I'm making this video, is to show and demonstrate and to teach the people that were once me. I was in your shoes once upon a time, and I was searching for happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction, enjoyment, pleasure, all these things. And I was coming back feeling empty, poor, sorry, and I just felt like a disaster from within. I felt like the more I ventured out to seek this pleasure that everybody seemed to have, except for me, the more I drowned in a place of despair. And so, drugs and alcohol will take you there faster than anything in this earth. Drugs and alcohol have a magnificent power to giving to you a little bit of pleasure and taking from you everything. Your life, your soul, your possessions, your family, you name it. It'll take it from you. Your brain, your mind. Like, people talk to themselves, they drool, they do all kinds of stuff, right? Drugs and alcohol are the biggest deception that this world sends off as a place of pleasure. That's one of those weapons that the devil uses the most. Weed, oh, it's all natural, you know, God made it, I can smoke, it's not a big deal. I know people, testimonies. The Bible says that through our testimonies, we will overcome the devil. And a testimony is nothing more than an experience that you had, and now you have something to say about it, right? There's nothing new under the sun, and we all go through the same kinds of tests, trials, and turbulences, right? So that's why one story, you kind of feel like, man, that's my story, man. What you're going through, that's what I'm going through. And that's why God created things to be like, okay, help one another, right? But if you're silent and you do not talk, then the person next to you feels like they're the only one in the whole world that's going through this. And that's another deception that the devil uses. I'm the only one. Everybody else doesn't feel the way I feel. Or I've done I've done the worst sin in the world, let's say, like the things that I've done no one else has even thought of doing, or this or that. Like he'll put shame, guilt, and condemnation on your shoulders and make you wear it, and say, "Don't expose this. Don't talk about this. This is too bad. Like this is horrible. You're a horrible person for doing that. Keep it a secret. Bury that thing." And the devil works in the darkness, and so secrets are in the darkness. Anytime we have secrets, they're in the dark. We don't want anybody to know it, and those things fester inside of us, and they eat away at our insides, and we're never at peace because we know something that that we did that was wrong, and it's eating us inside. So forgiveness is part of God's kingdom rules. Forgiveness, grace, love, hope, faith, light, and I say again, love. Love is one of those components that makes all things worthwhile, because in the end, the only thing that's going to be standing after all the storms is love. Love endures forever. So the devil works with sin. Sin, the Bible is adored to death. Okay, this whole world is very, very, very spiritual. Everything it's first spiritual before it is physical. God created this whole world, and he did it in spirit form. So when he created everything, he is spirit. So when he created everything, it came to be. And so there's a whole lot of supernatural things going on behind the scenes. People, okay, let me tell you why you should forgive people. Let me tell you why. When you are hurt by somebody that did something foolish and something really hurtful and strong to you, I'm going to use really hard examples. Something like rape, something like molestation, something like abuse, trauma, bullying. These are hard things to overcome and forgive, right? And we always hold a grudge. The victim always holds a grudge against that human being. And they say, that person, you don't know what they did to me. And they hold them hostage in their mind and in their heart. Almost like punishing in their mind, they're punishing them by holding them up here and never forgiving them up here. All the while, what starts to occur is sickness, arthritis, and different symptoms in that human being because of lack of forgiveness. They start to develop health issues, and this is a fact. This is a fact. This is 100% fact. People that do not forgive, they don't have. Not only do they not have peace, but they don't have a reconciliation from within, and everything. The wound cannot heal. Think of forgiveness as healing. Forgiveness is an ointment that you put on the wound that was hurt. Okay? Now, another thing. Forgiveness is not declaring to that person that what they did was right, what they did was justified, or what they did they could do again. That's not what forgiveness is. Let me repeat. When you forgive, you're not declaring that what you did to me was okay, justified, or that you can do it again. No. You don't give that person another opportunity to do something like that again when you forgive. So, if somebody did something horrible, you can forgive and still maintain a distance from that person. Exercise wisdom, exercise understanding of who's who and what's what, but you can still forgive to take the trauma out, the darkness, the festering horror of that moment is taken away by the light that God gives through forgiveness. Forgiveness is an access that God grants us to access forgiveness to bring a higher realm into that place of that's ruling and dominating and destroying, destructive. Give me 1 second, okay, guys? Wait, I'm talking on the phone. I'll be right with you, okay? I'm sorry about that. Distractions. You have to go around distractions. But just understand that forgiveness is an ointment that is put on a wound so that you might heal. That's all it is, guys. And so from there, from the point that you forgive, you're releasing that trauma. You're not allowing that darkness and that horror to fester any longer in your conscious, subconscious mind or heart, or in your soul to have any rights. Hey, I'm talking, I said. Hold on. To have any rights to you, to have any access to you, right? When somebody's knocking on your door, right? You have the ability and the power and the authority to let them in your house, or you can say no thank you. Now that's the way we have to treat wounds and hurts and habits and all kinds of stuff. You have to say thanks but no thanks. You have to push it back, and you do that with access and tools and resources that God gives us through faith, love, hope, perseverance, and just prayer, and just quite frankly submitting all those things to God. You do that when you just quite frankly, the same way you would play poker and put your chips towards the middle of the table. You do that with your problems, with your issues, with your nightmares, with your heart, all traumas. And over a period of time, the more you do that, the more God grants you permission to be released from those things, so that those things no longer enslave you and have dominion and power over you. But you can grow out of those places of hurts. You can grow out of those places of darkness and evil simply by yielding more to the things of God, yielding more to submission to prayer and worship and communion with God. You will see a transformation and a power come into your life that is unlike anything on earth that no psychologist, no medication can do. There exists a power on that you can tap into that is known as the Almighty God, right? And so you tap into that when in communion. He allowed us to have access to Him through Jesus Christ, and we do that through prayer, but we also do that through our heart, to where we search for Him in the spirit, in our heart, right? And in the beginning, it's like anything you would do on earth. You would practice. In the beginning, you won't know exactly what you're doing, but you will search for Him. And God says if you diligently do that, if you diligently seek Him, He will allow Himself to be found by you. He will show Himself to you. If you knock, the door will be answered. He says, if you seek, you will find. And if you ask, He will grant you what you ask for. So I love you, and that's what this whole video is about. It's about showing, demonstrating. It's like kind of like show and tell. I'm showing you, and I'm telling you where victory lies, where victory is, and it's not in these deceptive illusions, mirages that the devil puts little gas stations everywhere on every corner. This one's for pornography, this one's for TV, this one's social media, this is clubs, this is party, this is drinks, this is drugs, this is this. Like, these are little like mirages, illusions of what the world has to offer you, to try to come and fulfill you and to satisfy you, except it's a big present, but it's empty on the inside. It's just a shell of a present, but it's empty on the inside. So again, God is more than a 3-letter word. God is a resource that we can tap into, and He is light, He is power, He is love, He is forgiveness. He is a man that will drop everything and run to you and hug you as a father would, and He would never leave you nor forsake you. God is who we're all looking for on the inside and on the outside. God is what you're looking for, and his name is Jesus Christ. Why don't you call out to him and see? From that point, just call his name, make a prayer, and start there. And every day with me, make communion with God. And just, quite frankly, start little by little, searching for him in your heart. Search for him. And he will allow himself to be found by you. And then he will release you of all the bondage, yokes, and all of that witchcraft and all those curses and labels that people have placed on you and all those strongholds. He will deliver you as he did for me. And he's not a respecter of persons. So what I like about God is that a lot of people they go to like the LeBron James of the world, the superstars, the Michael Jordans, and everybody huddles around the superstars that are very wise, very smart, very talented, very rich people. They have it all. And everybody goes, oh, they sing so good, they rap so good. And everybody huddles around these people and praises them for their talent. And God, let me just tell you, God looks for the broken. God looks for the weak. And he looks for the people that have no names. The people that my nickname was Ghost. And it was Ghost because I felt like I was a ghost, like I was invisible, like I was dead. And God is after like everybody, right? He's after everybody, but God doesn't overlook the feeble, the people that are small, the homeless, the people that made 1,001 mistakes, the people that have missed the mark, the people that have completely annihilated their chances at life, the people that have wrecked their life. God is saying, give me a chance. I can fix it. I can do that. I can fix it. I have the tools. I know what I'm doing. And he did it with me. He did it with me. I'm a testimony. I'm an actual representation of what God could do if you let him do it, right? But that means that you have to forsake the darkness and grab onto the light. You have to be willing to let go of the things of this world that don't have any weight. They promise big, but they don't give you nothing. And let me end it with this, okay? Music is very powerful. Let me just tell you, music kept me bound for a long time. I challenge you to listen to Christian music if you haven't already. It's not about listening to Christian music as a category of music that just listen to this one instead of that one. It's not like that, guys. Listen to it because it's positive and it has something more to offer than just sex, drugs, and rock and roll and this and that. What you listen to comes into your portal. It comes inside your temple, and out of that place you live. And so if you're eating through your ears and through your eyes, we eat. We get nourished in our soul. So whatever we take in, essentially that's your nourishment, and so that's how you feel. So imagine if you were to be fed light and hope and love 24/7, and you just feed off of this, and you're just, light comes into the darkness, and wherever the light is, the darkness has to flee. And where in darkness carries regret, guilt, shame, and condemnation. Darkness carries a lot of shackles, chains, imprisonment, all those things. And so all that goes away. And so then all you're left with is a beautiful garden with full of roses and flowers and sunny skies, and God comes and cleans house. He cleans house and he makes you feel afresh and anew. I'm just telling you, I'm a testimony. Alright, God bless.